The greatest happiness in a person's life is not possessing the entire world, but rather, at the moment night falls, having the courage to let go of everything and return oneself to a dreamless sleep. It is time for you to stop being a watchman for anxieties, a sentry for faded memories, because the gates of the Flower Fairy's tea house only open when you dare to set down the heavy backpack of waiting. Let this whisper be more than just a sound. Let it be a gentle hand guiding you out of the hurried flow of reality, bringing you back to your primal state of grounding, where your existence is nothing more than a faint breath amidst the silence of the night. Before we step through the door of the Flower Fairy's tea house to find that profound peace, please take a moment to press the subscribe button and the notification bell. This small act of yours is the way we stay connected, so that every night I may accompany you on the journey of letting go and renewing your soul. Now, let your body rest completely, relaxing every tiny muscle, and let this silence embrace you like a layer of soft velvet. You no longer need to strive for a single moment more to prove your worth to the world outside. Right now, allow yourself to sink deep, so deep into the space of stillness, where all the worries of the long day gradually vanish like thin smoke rising from a warm cup of jasmine tea in the middle of an autumn forest. You are here, safe and absolutely sheltered within the silken cocoon of the dark night. Begin by adjusting your position so that you are truly comfortable, truly natural, perhaps lying on your back, with two hands placed gently along your body like two soft silk ribbons, or lying on your side like a child being protected in the arms of Mother Nature. Feel the weight of your body sinking down, drifting down into the soft mattress beneath you. That mattress is supporting you with all its patience, and the pillow is cradling your neck and shoulders like a promise of peace. Breathe in deeply with me, slowly feeling the fresh air carrying the scent of damp earth from the suburban forest entering your lungs, and slowly breathe out so softly, like the wind blowing through the pure white camellia petals in the Flower Fairy's garden. Yes, once more, inhale pure serenity and exhale all the fatigue, the lingering thoughts from work, from relationships, from the unfulfilled promises that you still carry. Feel your feet beginning to warm up. Relax your toes, the arches, the heels. Relaxation is like a stream of warm water flowing up your calves, your knees, then to your thighs, your legs, the vessels that have carried you through so many rugged paths have now become heavy and still. They no longer need to support your body to go anywhere. They have completed their mission for today, and now they deserve to rest completely in absolute tranquility. Continuing, Bring your attention to your abdomen and chest. Feel your breath slowing down, steady like small waves lapping against the night shore, or like the deep heartbeat of the forest where the old tea house hides. Your shoulders, which often carry so much responsibility, so much heavy weighting, like the girl Emma in the story I am about to tell, let them drop now, weightless. Imagine you are removing a thick, old wool coat, revealing the pristine serenity within. Relax your arms, your elbows, your wrists, and each finger. You do not need to hold on to anything anymore. Not a backpack of memories, not a hand of someone far away. Open your palms, letting everything flow away naturally, like the light raindrops beginning to fall outside the quiet porch of the tea house. The muscles of your face are also relaxing in a miraculous way. Your forehead is now as smooth as a waveless lake in the deep forest under a crescent moon. Close your eyes gently, completely relaxing all the muscles around the eye sockets. Let the corners of your mouth ease, no longer strained or anxious. You feel yourself becoming so light, like a golden leaf drifting on the still waters of an autumn twilight. Your body now is like an entity of absolute relaxation, a mass of peace existing in the middle of the quiet room. You are in a safe cocoon where there is only the whisper of the night and the gentle beat of your heart in harmony with the vast breadth of the universe. Breathe slowly and slower still. Feel the sweet heaviness of sleep beginning to touch your eyelashes, like morning dewdrops alighting on the camellia petals of the flower fairy. You are ready to let go of this reality and enter a journey of the soul, a journey back to yourself in the infinite silence of the late night. Notice the sensation of contact between your body and the bed. It is unconditional support. The universe is supporting you, just as the flower fairy is quietly preparing a special cup of tea just for you, the weary traveler finding the way back to oneself. Imagine every cell in your body saying, "Thank you. Thank you for finally choosing to stop. Thank you for allowing yourself to rest." Your waiting for things outside has been left at the door. Now there is only the waiting for a deep sleep, a miraculous regeneration. You clearly feel gravity pulling you down, but it is not a weary drag. It is the soothing cradle of the Earth Mother. You are sinking into the warmth of the darkness. All surrounding sounds become distant and blurred, leaving only this gentle voice leading you into a suburban forest where an old tea house covered in green moss awaits. With every breath in, you feel yourself becoming lighter, like a thin cloud. With every breath out, you feel yourself dissolving into the surrounding space just a little bit. You are no longer a solitary individual with private sorrows. You are merging into the flow of the autumn night, where camellia petals fall to prepare for a new season of blooming. You are learning how to let go right from this very position, letting go of control, letting go of the need to think for tomorrow. Tomorrow has not yet arrived, and yesterday is already gone. Only this moment, this relaxation is real. Your body now has truly become heavy, safe, and ready to receive the story of peace returning. You have completely grounded. You have completely let go. Sleep is very near. Just one deep breath away. Just let yourself drift into that quiet realm where healing begins from the very moment you smile and let go. In that state where your body is completely heavy and still, I want you to let your mind be like a thin veil of smoke, gently weaving through the window, leaving this room to enter a world where the noise of the city is but a distant memory. You are standing at the edge of a small forest on the outskirts, where the darkness is not at all frightening. On the contrary, it is like a soft black velvet wrapping around all things. Take a deep breath. Can you smell the scent of damp earth after the rain? The pure, earthy fragrance of wild grass and decomposing dry leaves, bringing a sense of primal and strange honesty. Your footsteps touch the carpet of golden leaves, not the hurried steps of hectic work days, but light, bare footsteps, clearly feeling the softness and the slight chill of nature, soothing the soles of your feet. Do you hear anything? It is the light pitter-patter of rain, tiny autumn raindrops, fine as silk, touching the canopy to create a rustling sound, steady as an endless whisper. That rain does not make you cold or wet. Instead, it is like a cleansing melody, washing away the dusty layers of anxiety clinging to your soul. The autumn evening wind whistles softly through the leaves, carrying a pensive murmur, as if the forest is breathing with you, a slow, deep, and all-encompassing breath. The deeper you go, the quieter the space becomes, leaving only you and the whisper of the ancient forest. And then, appearing behind the camellia bushes, silently scenting the darkness, is a small, old house with a thatched roof covered in vibrant green moss. The Flower Fairy's tea house appears like a rest note in the music of life, a healing oasis that only those truly yearning for peace can find the entrance to. As you touch the wooden door faded by time, a strange warmth transfers through your palm, like a heartfelt welcome for a traveler returning home. The door opens with a gentle creak, leading you into a space filled with the warm golden light of flickering candles and the warmth radiating from an old fireplace. The scent of jasmine tea blends with the smell of aged wood and dried camellias swirling around you, making your chest feel light. In that space, everything moves so slowly that you can feel every tiny dust mote dancing in the candlelight. The sound of water simmering in the copper kettle on the stove creates small tick-tock, sizzle-sizzle rhythms, sounding like the heartbeat of a house breathing in tranquility. at the familiar corner table by the window, where shortly you will see Emma sitting with her backpack heavy with memories. Try to sit down. Feel the smooth wood surface, slightly cool but firm under your hand. Look out the window. The raindrops are still diligently painting blurred lines on the glass. The wind whistling through the leaves outside sounds so distant now, only emphasizing the absolute silence inside the tea house. This is a space of truth, where the illusions of the past and the expectations of the future materialize most clearly. The flower fairy, with hair as white as frost and eyes as bright as morning dew, is quietly pouring tea. The sound of the tea flowing from the pot into the porcelain cup, a gurgling, clear and slender sound, is like a small stream flowing directly into your soul, watering the parched areas of exhaustion. You find that you are no longer an observer. You have melted into this space. You are the warmth radiating from the fireplace, the swirling tea smoke, the persistent rain falling outside. The silence here is not at all empty. It is filled with your very presence. Relax your shoulders a little more. Let the warmth of the tea house soak deep into every pore. You are protected by these 4 old but sturdy wooden walls, completely separated from the storms outside. In this space, no one judges you, no one urges you to be faster or better. You only need to be yourself. A soul learning how to let go, to find deep sleep once again. The rain still falls lightly, steadily. The whisper of the flower fairy as she talks to the teapots sounds like a mother's lullaby from ancient times. Every tiny sensory detail is inviting you to sink deeper into the state of rest. Feel yourself merging with the warm darkness of the tea house, where all boundaries between reality and dream begin to blur. Do you see? Emma's backpack in the corner of the room seems to be getting lighter under the candlelight, and so are you. The burdens you have carried since morning are now only pale illusions. Let the wind whistling outside the leaves take you deeper, deeper into the heart of silence. You are here at the flower fairy's tea house, where every breath is a letting go, and every cup of jasmine tea is a promise of returning to yourself. Close your eyes in your mind. Listen to the silence enveloping the tea house, a holy and peaceful silence to the very end. You are ready to witness Emma's journey, which is also the journey to find your own soul in tonight's sleep. In the all-encompassing stillness of the old wooden tea house, let yourself sink deeper into the plush armchair, listening to your own breath merging with the low hum of rain against the thatched roof. Here, in this small suburban forest, time no longer passes by the numbers on the clock, but by each camellia petal falling onto the carpet of green moss. The flower fairy's tea house appears like a promise of peace, a place where tea smoke weaves through the fissures of a fragmented soul. Madam Flower Fairy, with eyes as bright as morning dew on a branch, sits there quietly, holding an ancient copper kettle, smiling as she welcomes lost guests. She does not greet them with sermons, but with a wordless empathy, as deep and embracing as the earth itself. One autumn afternoon, as golden leaves fell scattered like torn scraps of memory, Emma stepped into the shop. That girl, with long flowing brown hair and eyes of cold ash blue, brought a whole sky of melancholy from distant Seattle into this tiny space. Do you see her hands? Her slender fingers clutched a small backpack as if it were the last lifebuoy in a turbulent sea. For 3 long months, Emma always chose that exact corner table by the window, where she could see through to the trail leading towards an indefinite horizon. She ordered jasmine tea, but she didn't seem to drink it. She only used its warmth to thaw the waiting that was frozen in her chest. She whispered, her voice so soft it was meant only for the wind. "Madam, a pot of tea, as usual, please." Madam Flower Fairy poured the tea, the white steam rising to veil Emma's weary face. She knew Emma wasn't waiting for a cup of tea. She was waiting for a man named Miles. Miles had gone around the world, carrying a promise to bring the whole world back to her after a year. But Miles's world was vast, while Emma's world had shrunk down to a single waiting bench at a train station where the return trip would never arrive. "I'm afraid if I leave, and he comes back and doesn't find me." Her voice trembled, a primal fear of one left behind. Madam Flower Fairy looked at her, said nothing, and simply nodded. She saw an Emma so lovesick she was exhausted, turning herself into a lingering ghost in her own life. Life is not a single train station, but Emma had locked herself on that platform, letting the moss of waiting cover her soul. That day, it rained lightly again, that persistent autumn rain that most easily softens a person's heart. Emma arrived late, her hair soaking wet, her eyes red as if she had just endured a storm of the soul. She sat down, her voice raspy with fatigue. "Madam, I just received a message from Miles. He said he's on a remote island, and perhaps he'll stay there for a while longer. I don't know how much longer I have to wait." Watching the young girl dissolve in despair, Madam Flower Fairy knew it was time to use the magic of truth. She slowly stood up, took a pristine white porcelain teapot from a high shelf, the pot that held the spirit of awakening. She whispered to the pot as if speaking to an old friend. "Today, you must do me a favor. Show the girl that waiting is not living, but learning how to let go." Dried camellia petals fell into the pot, a bit of pungent mint to awaken the mind, and 3 drops of forest honey to soothe the pain. She gently touched the pot, chanting an ancient forest spell. Tea of waiting, show her the past and the future at once. As Emma lifted the teacup, the warmth from the white porcelain transferred through her frozen palms, seeping into her veins. She took a sip, first taste of tea was as sweet as memory, then suddenly bitter as reality, and finally left a faint jasmine scent of freedom. And then, in a fleeting moment, the tea shop space blurred, replaced by the films of life appearing before her eyes.